And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cowboys and the Hawks, and it's coming up next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin here alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Seahawks in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is DJ Reed returning. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time, and leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler. In his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Carson, the first down and more. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Micah Parsons, the rookie out of Penn State, in to drop him for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott set to go on offense for the first time. And with Dak at the controls, his 6th season under center now as the Cowboys quarterback.
You remember last year he got off to an incredible start. Threw for over 450 yards in 3 straight weeks, including 502 against the Cleveland Browns in Week 4. Just 4 yards short of the franchise's single-game record. Then came his injury in Week 5 that pretty well derailed the Cowboys season.
On play action, Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The Seattle Seahawks coming onto the field here, and Seattle coming off a tough 33-30 overtime loss to the Titans last week. And Seattle, the only team in the NFC West who did not start the season 2-0. The Seahawks in this last game, though, Charles, they positioned themselves to get the win, but they simply could not stop a comeback from Derrick Henry and the Titans.
They led by 15 at halftime, all right? And the Titans came back to tie with 3 touchdowns, 182.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Gerald Everett, 37 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is Tony Pollard. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Throwing is Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Reed. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Rolling to his right, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Randy Gregory. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
An offensive line play and pass protection has been a problem in recent years for the Seahawks. And more importantly, for quarterback Russell Wilson. They allowed 48 sacks last year, the 5th most in the NFL. They vowed to improve, didn't get it done on that play.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Randy Gregory able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, and this is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but now it's 3rd down.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And the Cowboys offense taking the field again, and they got the big win on the road in L.A. Week 2, 20-17 over the Chargers on the leg of Greg Zuerlein's 56-yarder. Quite a kick to win it. A quiet game from Dak Prescott, Charles, but they didn't need to rely on him. They had the running game going, and the defense held L.A. to just 1 touchdown.
And give the coaching staff and the bench a lot of credit for that last field goal for Zuerlein, because things went crazy on the sidelines. All of a sudden, the clock went out, but, in the stadium, the offensive coordinator couldn't see it from his vantage point. The head coach lost track. They were getting a direction from up top from the other coaches, and finally they just made a decision not to run any more plays. Don't mess it up. Just let the clock run down and rely on the leg of Greg Zuerlein. They don't call him the leg for nothing. 56-yarder wins it, but they could have messed the whole thing up if they panicked on the sidelines.
Greg the leg, that's right. Well, now, Charles, they're home for 3 in a row. Monday night against the Eagles, then Carolina, followed by the Giants coming to town. And all the way down to the 39. Let's go, pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 31. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Al Woods busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss pass on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pickup there, a 22.
And Gerald Everett makes a good catch there for a 1st down, and he was signed away from the Seattle Seahawks division rivals, the Rams, after 4 years in L.A. backing up Tyler Higbee. He's excited about his opportunity in the Pacific Northwest. Last year, 41 catches, a career high.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He'll buy some time right. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now a give right side. Carson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This is Carson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Carson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Wilson, he's going to keep it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that makes it 14-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Before making a move to Seattle, Carlos Dunlap was the Bengals' all-time sack leader. Ended up having 5 with the Seahawks in 8 games in 2020 as well.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. Breaks through the contact. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. To throw is Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on fourth down. It's complete to Lockett, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he returns this to the 22. Come on, let's go. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. get this to Elliott. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Odighizuwa forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you. Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, looking back to week 2 in the NFL, boy, some quarterback injuries all over the place. Tua from Miami goes down. Indianapolis' Carson Wentz. Tyrod Taylor in Houston. Andy Dalton for the Bears all leave their games with injuries. Even Baker Mayfield had to play through one. Of all of those guys and in all those injuries, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zerline now for the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing after the interception. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half. And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? But Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a toss play. It's Carson. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. They'll toss it out to Carson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Cowboys now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bobby Wagner leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw, Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st down, Wilson on the move to his left. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they ended up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Let's go, fellas.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Carson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. 2nd down and 7. They run it with Carson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Wilson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. That's caught at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Myers' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half out of quarterback Russell Wilson. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Cowboys. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Now Pollard. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Well, they run the option on second down. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators? They say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job. But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down, Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. L.J. Collier in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll find Belor out of the backfield. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Wilson rolling to his left. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Steps away to his left. Short throw to Disley. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Prescott on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as Atwood falls to the ground. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, Charles, switching gears here, through 2 weeks of the NFL season, only 7 unbeaten teams remain, only 2 in the AFC. If you look at the full list in the AFC, it's Denver and Las Vegas. Over on the other side, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Arizona, the LA Rams, and San Francisco in the NFC. Of that crew, anybody really jump out at you?
Absolutely, it's Las Vegas. And Denver, obviously, undefeated as well. Very impressive. But they beat the Giants in Jacksonville. Las Vegas beat Baltimore at home and went on the road and beat Pittsburgh. That's really impressive. And then the NFC side, how about Arizona? Another big win this week. Kyler Murray keeps getting better and better at quarterback and beat Minnesota at home, getting off to a 2-0 start in the NFC West. That's absolutely huge.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit? They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go to Elliott again. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's gonna bring up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. To throw is Wilson. Short throw to Disley. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Micah Parsons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 56 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A give to Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. Buying time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Benson Mayola. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Listen, the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
First down, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Prescott now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
He gives it off to Carson.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's taken down, but not
before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson being chased out left. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Flushed out right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Brenner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson steps away to his left. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get just a yard on the scramble and 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the cover. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Randy Gregory getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one good for 21 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go!
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carlos Dunlap able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. It's caught. Cooper. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on their side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got him in. Complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Carlos Dunlap. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. LJ Jay Collier in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Prescott. Eluding the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Darrell Taylor getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They run again with Carson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Forced out to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by the rookie from Penn State, Micah Parsons.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Carlos Dunlap, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
CeeDee Lamb.
39 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Dak.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.